Hello and welcome to Dandy Soap DIY. Our first ornament is going to be the Snowman Ornament, and this is made with the BRoll ornaments I got from Dollar Tree. I painted one white and the other one I'll leave silver. These heavy duty snips you can find at a local hardware store. They take the top off so quick it is scary. Now I'm using my hot glue gun to whittle out a hole in the top and actually pierce the hole in the very top, because where it's been snipped off, we've got that, but we need a hole all the way through. As you can see, it takes just a moment, but I did leave the heat on there a little longer just to whittle it out, and you should have just as well of luck. We're going to repurpose the lid of this paint bottle and the doll pins I get from Hobby Lobby. I've already strung some jute twine through that needle, and we are going to string it through the BRoll ornaments here. This is building our snowman, so we have a little bit further to go. But once we get all this organized, it will look gorgeous. Now, as you can see, I painted the lid black, and I needed a piece of cardboard to make this into a top hat. I've trimmed it out on this piece of cardboard, and you can do the same to see how yours sizes up. I did end up, however, cutting mine down a bit. As you'll see here, I started out with a black magic marker to color in the edge so it doesn't stand out like a sore thumb, and I'm sizing it up, but I did make that brim a little bit smaller. Colored it in with the black magic marker. Really easy, very fast. Now I want to make sure everything looks proper, and I'm using the glue gun to pierce a hole through the lid. The reason why I need that is it's offset and I need it to go all the way through. So using the needle, I'm stringing the brim on, now the lid, and then I will begin to glue everything together. This just takes a moment, and once it's all assembled, it really takes form. And if you're using Sure Bonder glue, only a dab will do you. Now I've left a tail on this, and I've taken some ribbon, and I'm removing the wire from that ribbon because I plan to cut it into strips. This ornament looks beautiful without a tassel on it, but I felt it added real beauty to my particular ornament by adding the ribbon and adding a jute twine tassel. I wanted to go for that rustic look and to really accentuate the black and white ribbon. You could really, truly decorate this up and make it just gorgeous. Now my jute twine loops were 8 inches and then doubled. That way when I fold it in half, I get about 4 inches. And as you can see, I've just tied a knot, taunt, and I tied it to the existing jute twine I left through there. At the very top, you'll form a knot and then a loop. So using my scissors, I'm now trimming this down, and I'm using the needle to fray it out a bit. A little bit of black paint to touch up the hat, tie some satin ribbon, and voila, he is gorgeous. Let's make the Primitive Clothespin Snowman. Real easy. Use any repurposed clothespins. They're wooden, and when you snap out the spring, you're going to glue the backs together. And as you can see, it looks like a little person. If you happen to have the wired jute twine, remove the wire from that piece of jute twine. It's a little bit thicker, but I'm going to show you something neat to do. We are going to make simulated rusty wire. You'll need hydrogen peroxide, and this one from Dollar Tree had a mister on it, so that worked out great. Get your regular table salt, sprinkle it on it. Now we're going to let this set momentarily, and in the time being, let's paint our body with the elephant gray. This is the chalk paint by Waverly. You'll find a link to it in the description box below. I wasn't trying to be perfect. I really wanted it to look rustic. And about 15 or 20 minutes later, check your wire, and as you can see, it's ready. I just wiped off the difference, run it through the center of its belly. your goal here is to twist your wire so it makes the belly button, and that holds your holder wire tight. You're going to wrap the difference around its head, and you will need to do that to secure it, and therefore it will guard the integrity so it will remain on the wire and hanging. Now, once I decided how long I wanted my hanger, I used my pencil to do the same, to just curve it around and then create a hanging hook. As you can see, you can cut that real easy with a pair of scissors. Get you a piece of homespun. I used my pinking shears, tied a little knot, and voila, we have a beautiful little primitive snowman. So let's create us a primitive clothespin angel, and we're going to be repurposing some wood turns along with our Valentine etched out wooden hearts. Once again, remove the spring and glue them together. The Sure Bonder glue gun mini, I absolutely love it. You'll find a link to it below, and it's cordless, so you get a long stay up to 5 minutes off charger. So once you've glued those together, you're going to take and paint it. Now, I am using this floral wire, and this one is the one with the butterfly wings, or I'm using a bow to create the wings that is repurposed from a previous DIY. I'm using the truffle to paint, but I do go back and put a little bit of the chalk white, and that really makes it very primitive. This is floral wire and chicken wire. It does not rust as well. This one has a coating on it, but it bends really easy, and using the pencil to twist that is perfect. This one, you'll be able to wrap the wire around its head and create a halo along with a hook so that you can hang this really easy on the tree. And I twisted it, and then I decided, well, my fingers would work really well to twist the wire around since this is a thinner wire. Now, gluing the next little body onto the heart, since it has the holes in it already, it makes it really easy to thread this thicker floral wire through the back of it. And I really, truly thought this red would be gorgeous. This would be an awesome gift you could make for a loved one or a Valentine's gift, birthday, and it would be a special occasion and just a great little ornament for someone to have their own angel. I thought later I could have put a paper, craft paper sentiment on it, so perhaps you could do that. Do leave me a comment in the description box below and let me know which one's your favorite. A little bit of glue to support that wire. I had some lace, so I tied it on and used my gold marker to create the year in the edge. Next up, let's make the rustic for Santa tag with his own key to get in. This would make a great project for maybe a gathering where you're making homemade gifts and ornaments traditionally. I painted it white, and then I dry brushed it with some of the elephant gray. I took the paint marker here, and this is what I wrote it with. You can get really, really fancy with your lettering. You could use your cutting machine, your Brother Scan and Cut, or your Cricut machine to create vinyl letters, and then make it super, super fun. You could decorate these so easily. I trimmed out the edge so it looks really primitive and rustic. And I had some of the wire left over from the previous ornament that I used in the center of this. But those wooden keys I got from Hobby Lobby. And of course we need a key so Santa can get in. And there's a story behind that about the Santa key. My daughter used to fear that Santa would get burnt if he came down the fireplace. Well, to make things easier, we decided we would provide Santa with his very own house key. And then later on, she found out that he could magically lie his finger beside his nose and zip up the chimney, and he would not catch on fire. So there's you. Share with me if you have a little story like that of one of your children. a little bit of homespun, and here we have Santa's tag. Next up is the Victorian ornament. Now this is for those delicate ones. They had the white balls, so I took these ornaments and those rub off decals that you can get in the scrapbook area, and you can literally use your hand and just rub it on it. I did not pre-alcohol or wipe down the ball or anything. It was smooth and clean. It didn't have to be oil-free. You can literally take your hand and rub. Just the pressure from your hand will attach these decals. And these are, like I said, for the scrapbooks, and you can layer it and just really customize it. Anyone who loves shabby chic or Victorian, this would look wonderful on their Christmas tree and be a great gift for them as well. The hugs and kisses, X's and O's, and you can see all the inlay. And the great thing about this is once you do it, you can overlay it with the other, like the roses and the verbiage, using the doll pin again that I got from Hobby Lobby, and white twine. I'm stringing up some pearls. I grabbed some of the buttons, and these little tokens and nooks and crannies and trinkets are absolutely gorgeous. I once again made a tassel, and I used the lace from the previous DIY ornament, and I just laid the single piece in there. Once again, using 8-inch lengths, doubling them so that I can cut them. I tied my twine on there, and this white twine, it really helped the ornament to pop, and tied in the jute twine and give it that rustic, vintage, shabby chic look. And these ornaments are just beautiful for your primitives as well as your shabby chic Victorian or even your glam Christmas tree. This one would fit perfect. And I just thought the sky's the limit with all of the decals for the scrapbooking that you can find now. You could really, really get creative with this project. Take your scissors and help fray out your tassel. Tie that on to the top. And I did some triple loops here with my fingers. This is a 3-finger tie, and just tied a little knot, but I added a little wooden key from the previous project. I thought that would look so neat, and it would go right along with all the charms and trinkets of shabby chic Victorian times. If you've enjoyed watching Dandy Sewed DIY channel, subscribe to the channel, and definitely hit the thumbs up if you like these ornaments and enjoyed what I am featuring to you. If you know someone who enjoys doing DIYs or who would like to join your tradition in making ornaments or just for the view, be sure to share the video with them. I would absolutely love that. And make sure that you know anyone who's part of my DIY team. I enjoy your comments, any offers that you make, and share your stories with me. I would love to hear how you'll be doing your Christmas this year, and if you traditionally make Christmas ornaments for your loved ones. Until the next DIY, well, I'll be crafting, y'all. This is Elizabeth. Over and out. Bye.